Hey guys, today we're replacing front brakes on 2014 Audi A6 C7. We're gonna do both front pads and rotors. It's fairly simple, so let's go ahead and start. Okay, that was step one. Now we're gonna unscrew two bolts to remove the whole caliper. I think there are different ways to do it. Some people unscrew those two bolts here in the back, the small ones under covers, right here, to remove the portion of the caliper, slide it out. I usually take out the whole thing, the whole caliper with the brake pads, and I'll show you in a second how we're gonna replace the brake pads. So here, one on top, one on the bottom, 13/16 is the size, two big bolts. Let's remove those. I'm gonna show you those real quick now when I have the light. So yeah, some people undo this one right here under cover. You don't want to do that in my case. So this one is the one that we're undoing, and there's the same thing right here on the bottom. So 13/16 is the size. Let's go ahead and remove those. One thing I want to mention is before you undo those fully, make sure you get some kind of a bucket or something, put it out here, so then you can set the caliper right on. So one more thing you want to do is loosen up that brake line. There's a little hook right here. Right here, just slide it out. This one goes up, so you see this one is out, and also here in the back there's another one of those. Pull it up this time. There you go. So now we have a little bit of slack to move the caliper and put it on the bucket here. Actually, on this side that you also have a sensor. I don't know, there is no sensor like this on the other side. It's right here. There you go. It's this one, this little black thing. Yep, you want to remove that because this is exactly where the screw is, the bolt, and you won't be able to get to it without breaking that sensor. So we have to remove that as well. You need a flathead small screwdriver to get rid of that, to get it out. there you go. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to have this pretty loose. This is loose. This is cable that I disconnected right here. There you go. Just so this can lay in here. So as you see, the brake pads are down both here. They're not that thin yet, but I have shaking on my steering wheel when braking. That's why I'm replacing this whole thing. That's why I need new rotors, and when you replace rotors, you need new brake pads as well. So here we go. Here you need a star bit to unscrew the rotor. I was taking this off recently, as you know. That's why it's coming off. Normally, it doesn't come off like that easily. You have to bang on it from the back. You want to spray it with the WD-40 here and maybe inside, and you want to bang on it, or put like a crowbar between the rotor and this, the knuckle, to take it off. So here it is. It's my old rotor, and it's very groovy. It has big grooves on it. Here's a new one. Need to clean it up a little bit. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. There is a brake cleaner. Stuff is good. See all that junk? I don't know. I didn't go for any fancy rotors, no drilled or slotted or anything like that. Just the rotors to get rid of shaking. That's all I need right now. So to let you guys know, to replace front pads or rotors on this car, the dealer asks $750 to $800, and I paid about $150 for rotors and pads. Let's put the rotor on. Cool. Now the tricky part with the brake pads. And I'll get the camera closer. So, what we're gonna do first is we have to this way, it's good. Have to squeeze this, because the new brake pads are wider, and the new rotor is wider, so that's not gonna all fit together. You wouldn't be able to put the caliper on the rotor. You wouldn't have enough room between the brake pads. So what you need to do is get a C-clamp and squeeze those. What we want to do it with the old brake pads. We don't want to damage the new pads. So here we go. And just keep turning. Like I said, you want to do it with the old brake pads. Okay, all the way. I mean, you don't want to put too much force on it, but yeah, all the way. Okay. Now, to remove the brake pads, they pretty much come out, if you will. You can push them from, slide your finger, and one is out. Come on. It's a little tricky, like I said, to get this out of there. Actually, you know what? You want to first do this one, because this one is a little bit smaller. And then it's going to make room for this one. So do the outside one first. Getting just some kind of screwdriver or something to get it out. One is out. Now we have more room. Can pull the second one out. There is a sensor on this one, and that's why it wasn't coming out. The other side doesn't have a sensor, so I guess the Audi is assuming. There you go. See the sensor here on the back? Right here, yep. Audi is assuming that if one is wearing out, the other one will be wearing out as well. Okay, let me put this down for a second and get this out slowly. Okay, so to get that sensor out too, you rotate the whole caliper. Right here there's a little piece of plastic holding it. And there you go. This slides in. We got that out. And now this thing comes out. There you go. We got this out together with the sensor. Another important thing, guys, that I want to mention. Brake pads, when you're buying them, make sure they have two clips here. The first pads I bought, they said they were for this car, they had only one metal clip. Okay guys, so the night has come and it's dark here, but we're gonna try to finish this. Had to take a break for dinner. So here's the sensor. I just pulled it out from, let's see, from this one. So this is the brake. This was in here. I just pulled it out, didn't hit record. So really that's all it is. There was a, if you can see, it's a piece of cable that was going around this thing. Yep, not like that, the other way. And yeah, it was slid in here. So I did not get a new sensor. I'm gonna try to reuse this one. Normally you would probably wanna purchase new one. I know it comes with some brake pads. So here are my new brake pads, 1 and 2. These are the old ones. As you see, there's still quite a bit of left on them, but like I said, my rotor was messed up and I cannot put these back on because, yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, they are not flat, so they're gonna, there you go, they're gonna ruin the new rotors, and we do not want that. So here's the sensor. I'm gonna try to put it back in here somehow, and we're gonna put those back in, the pads back in. So let's see real quick. So there's this piece of little piece of metal that was stuck inside here. I think this goes around. So this is Audi sensor, brake sensor, just so you guys see. Piece of cable. Probably when it starts, the pads get thin, it starts rubbing, it breaks the cable, the light goes on, you need to replace the pads. That's how complicated that is, I'm assuming. Try again. It doesn't look like it's gonna go any further. So I think that's all there is to it. I mean, no one's going to be really pulling on it, yanking on it. The cable is attached here to the brake caliper, so it's pretty much going to be doing this all the time, moving in and out. I don't think it's going to pop out. Okay, so you guys got a top view on how I'm going to do this. Let's see. So this was the pad with the sensor. This was the one that was harder to take out. So let's make this one the one to be first one to go in. I'm gonna make sure all of these metal pieces go into the like this. Okay, let's unscrew this bracket here. And that's a star again. Just a little bit bigger than the one in the rotor. So Guys, maybe that's not the easiest way of doing the whole thing, but it's the shortest. You don't have to unhook brake line, you don't have to bleed the brakes, you don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to unscrew a million different screws. So here is this. This is a little spring, so be a little bit careful with it. It's not that strong, so you can pull it with your fingers. Come on. There you go. So now we got some movement here. There you go. This will give us a little bit more flexibility with this pad and the other one. Okay, as you see, maybe you don't see, I got both of the sides in here. So now I think we will do a C-clamp. You want to be careful, we don't want to damage new brake pads. Or anything else for that matter. There you go, just a little bit. You don't have to press it really hard. And as you see, this one is in. So now we do the other one. The other one. In. This one is in. That doesn't seem to be right. You gotta make sure that all of those metal pieces go inside. There you go. This one was easy peasy, almost too easy. If it's too easy, you want to push those apart a little bit, because you do want this to lock inside there. Okay. This one didn't go in. See, this one got bent out. Have to make sure, I'm feeling it here on the back. You guys have to make sure that it goes, both of those metal pieces here go in the hole. Sometimes if you do a right angle, they bend down here. So again, the bottoms ones are in. Now we're in. There you go. I got both sides. Can measure if you want. See if this is big enough to fit the rotor. Rotor is here at the edge. You guys don't see it. You gotta make sure that this gap between the brake pads is big enough to slide over the rotor. You got new rotor, so it's wider, and you got new brake pads, they're wider. So make sure this is the way it's supposed to be. If not, this is your body. Okay. You might get new brackets with the brake pads. This one looks pretty good. I'm not gonna replace it, not gonna worry about it. And we'll put this back on. So if you see, if you get a right angle, you really don't have to press on it when you're screwing it in. So as you're tightening the screw, this is tightening obviously. So this is the time when you might want to align it. There you go. And you can tighten this once you put this on the car too. Or just do this. Okay. So, question is the gap big enough between the brake pads? I'm gonna try to slide this over. Yep, and I'm good. Okay, let me move the camera and we'll finish this up. Okay guys, well thank you for watching. That was the brake change on 2014 A6. Thanks.